and welcome to Friday Reads, where I tell you what I'm reading this weekend and review my last week's pick. So this week, my Friday Reads is Sleeping Giant by Sylvain Neuvel. Sylvain Neuvel, I think is how you say it. So I started this at the end of the 24 and 48 readathon, and I love it so far. I'm a little less than halfway through it. It is the story of this military, maybe science team that is investigating these giant metal body parts that are found all over the world. And they might be a robot, they might be from aliens, we don't really know. I really like the way this book is written though, because it's written in these like documents of interviews and case files and things like that. So I'm really enjoying it so far. I really love the voice, so I can't wait to keep reading this and find out what happens. So that's Sleeping Giants by Sylvain Neuvel, and that is my Friday Reads this week. So in my last Friday Reads video, I talked about how I was going to do the 24 and 48 readathon, and so I didn't know what I was going to be talking about this week in reviewing. So I decided that I want to review The Vegetarian by Kang. So I read this book during the 24 and 48 readathon, and I have heard about it because it won the Man Booker Prize this year, which is, you know, this amazing literary prize, and I just heard lots of really great things about it. I didn't really know what it was about before I picked it up, but I thought, how can I go wrong? It was it's a short book. It's like less than 200 pages or just about 200 pages. So it was pretty short. And I was confused. So the first kind of chunk of the book follows this woman, and it's told from the perspective of her husband. And the woman has all of a sudden one day refused to eat meat anymore. She has gone vegetarian. And really it sounds like she's gone vegan because she also doesn't eat eggs, but that is beside the point. Anyway, so this is like a really big deal culturally, and there are all of these little incidents about her not eating meat, and we're reading about it from the husband's perspective. And at the end of the first chunk, things really escalate with this woman and her family and her lack of eating meat, and it majorly escalates. I won't say what happens, but it basically is bad stuff, right? So that's the first third. The second third is from the perspective of the vegetarian woman's brother-in-law, so her sister's husband, and it's like chronologically after the first part, but kind of feels like it has very little to do with the first part other than kind of same characters, and it's really weird. And the end of it is kind of this escalation event. Again, not going to say what happens, but it's big. And then the third chunk, the last third, is from the perspective of the vegetarian woman's sister. And it again, chronologically, happens after the middle chunk, but again, also feels really disconnected. So I think that I liked it. I really didn't know how to feel when I finished it. I think the writing and the translation work was done really well. It was really kind of poetic sentences and this really interesting imagery that was being conveyed with the word choices. And so I liked that. I thought it was really nice. Story-wise and kind of content-wise, I'm kind of on the fence about it, as I just felt like it is less of a novel and almost more of a linked short story collection or long essays, fiction essays. I don't even know what to call it, but it just felt, I was expecting a more connective and cohesive novel, and that is not what The Vegetarian is. So that's all I have for this week's Friday Reads. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Litsy. We are at Game and Read. And check out the blog at gameandread.com, where we do lots of different posts, other videos, random thoughts and things that we're thinking about in the world of books and video games. So check us out over there. Come back next week for my review of Sleeping Giants. Thanks for watching.